We've all been hearing on the news that in Kharkiv, Ukraine, Ukraine's second largest city, a lot of it just largely destroyed and unrecognizable. So I was there 2 years ago. This is before I'd even edited a single video or posted anything. And I was recording a bunch of stuff, and a lot of it still hasn't seen the light of the day. The techniques and production value are a lot lower, but I want to post this stuff just so there's a record of this, because this might not exist anymore. Maybe not even now, I'm not really sure. So this first video I'm posting from my archive in Kharkiv is from this like Stalin and Lenin statue museum. It was something totally out of this world, and of course that's a bit of a controversial thing. There's a lot of people taking down all these relics of the Soviet Union. So I found on my way to the airport as I was leaving Kharkiv this museum with all these crazy statues. So let's go check that out right now. This is unfortunately my last day in Kharkiv. I'm heading to Utrecht in the Netherlands in about 6 hours. So it's around noon now and my plane is leaving at 6. And I'm gonna try to go to the gym one last time before I go there, because I have no idea what the situation is gonna be. And I heard there's a private collection of Lenin heads somewhere kind of down the street. Not too far behind this very nice and fancy gym, we have these this strange thing here with these pipes. I don't know what this is exactly. Maybe something with heating. There's steam coming up from here. The whole neighborhood totally changes. You know, on the front of the street it looks very, very nice, but then here it's just one very important travel tip when you're coming to Ukraine is to never walk on the manholes. Apparently people can steal it for the metal and then sell it. Ulitsa Pavlovskaya, number 5. And as is typical in Ukraine, often you need to use one of these to enter the building. And we'll see what it's like in here. And we're greeted by this wonderful artwork at entry to the building. And I haven't been up there. I'm not quite sure what's up there yet, but my apartment is over here. And this may look like a nice fancy wood floor, but I promise it's very, very uneven. And in this apartment, the one next to mine, there's some guy who sings until 1:30 a.m. The walls are paper thin, so I can hear him singing pretty much all day long, even till the very late night. And this is my place right here. Here's the bed I've been staying. We have a TV with Ukrainian television on it. The cable's kind of not been working too well, but I think it's something like 20 some square meters. It's okay just for a short stay, I think. Crazy ATB bag. So there's this kind of meme in Ukraine where people go to different parts of the world and they get a picture with ATB bag. It's this kind of cheaper market that's often open 24 hours. Me in the reflection, and we have the shower. This is the view from my window, and I particularly like this car over here. There's a place here, it's like a museum or private collection of Lenin statues. And when I say Lenin, I don't mean the king of hippies, John Lennon. We'll deal with him later in a future episode. But I mean Vladimir Lenin, the king of the Soviets and the first leader of the Soviet Union and revolutionary. So these are a little bit exotic for an American such as myself to see. Here are the Lenin statues. And notice we have the nice Orthodox church in the distance there. And it's all just this kind of main street that it's on. And so I think there's a post office somewhere there. I'm gonna mail a couple postcards before I go to the airport. Here we have Ukrainian flag colors at the entrance. And we have a ton of statues of Lenin. So this one over there kind of reminds me of Medusa. I haven't turned to stone yet though, so I think it's something different. We got all these here. I think those are probably not Lenin. I'm not really sure if there is a bird form that he could take. Yeah, and we got all these ones here. The most menacing to me is the one in the corner. And my God, look at all these. Imagine these must have been all throughout the city before the fall of the Soviet Union. And maybe even some more recently. As we saw, there are still some Soviet symbols around the city. Yeah, this is amazing to me. Let's see what happens when we go inside. And look how tall and imposing this one is. And it looks like there's a little Lenin head by his feet as well. We have Russian chocolate, and that was the previous president of Ukraine who was actually owned this chocolate company. So they had a chocolate man, kind of like the Ukrainian Willy Wonka as their president, and now they have a comedian as president. And I'm not joking, like this is how it actually is. I don't really want to touch and mess with this. So there's something over here. There's a door. Should I see what's behind the door? It looks like it's open. Is there more Lenin stuff in here? Yes, I believe there is. Kind of hoping there's someone here to talk to, but I'll post the link to the website in the description. It's a page that's entirely in Russian, so I kind of have a feeling I might not do too well communicating with whoever's here. Just, spasiba, bujalosta, and dobry den, and a few other things I know. Yeah, I don't know if there's any symbolism right here. I think someone's here. Dobry den. Dobry den. Yeah. Mówisz po angielsku albo polsku? Nie. Okay. Jestem Amerykaninem. Mieszkam w Poznaniu, ale jeździć do lotnisko. Bardzo interesuje w Lenin.
Lenin?
Lenin, tak. Tak. Yeah. YouTube vlog. Yeah. Is there anything there? Any Lenin? Da? Yeah, da.
Да.
Ah, Lenin.
Он Ленин.
Lenin. Dobry den?
Да ну как сплошно, его ударил.
Lenin? Da, nie, Tolka tutaj, yeah.
Там только.
Спасибо. Yeah, I don't think that there's too much Lenin stuff back here, but I'm hopefully he understood some of my broken Polish there. Yeah, and here we have, it looks like a calendar. I wonder what year that is. Does it say?
Ну зайдите.
Year, lat, ile lat? It's more here.
Зайдите. Сейчас я свет включу вам там.
As a light? Okay.
Сейчас. Аккуратно. А то будет YouTube.
Lenin? Da, нет.
Вон там, вон, смотри.
Oh, nice. I see. There's more Lenin over here. Hopefully the lighting, it's visible. I don't know if this is too visible, but there are a lot of small Lenin statues. I think that might be Lenin in drag. I'm not really sure. Maybe he did that. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments if he did. No judgment. What else? There's some more. Yeah, I think this is not too visible. We have some paintings there. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting room. The guy's collected has some paintings. I mean, it's his private collection. I'm thinking out of the goodness of his heart. He's collected this stuff. He's showing it. It's of historical interest. I know it's very controversial here because of feelings to the Soviet Union. I don't know if there's anything more back here. There's no lights, so I'm not gonna look. I head out soon. So I think that's it for now. So I'm gonna head to the post office and then the airport. So here we have alcohol. We have Lenin, Brezhnev, and Stalin, and you can see the SSSR alcohol right there too, and some other smaller figures. We have all these too. This is amazing. We have Stalin.
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 There's another one of Lenin, and then you have Stalin back there. Yes. So it's not only Lenin, we have Stalin. Of course, I just showed you Lenin, you see in the Cyrillic. Lenin. According to Google Maps, there's some sort of post office back here. It doesn't look like the sort of place I would expect a post office, but apparently there is, so we're gonna look for this so I can send my postcards. Maybe this is the post office. The thing is, you really never know in this place. It's really hard to tell sometimes what's what. I eventually found the post office. It wasn't really exactly where Google Maps said, so I didn't have to go through that shady area back there. It's actually in this building here in the supermarket. But it turns out they don't ship internationally, unfortunately, so I'm gonna just have to mail them from Utrecht. So I called an Uber and I'm gonna be on my way to the airport. And hopefully I'll make it in time. As long as there's no problems with traffic, it should be good. As I said before, I'm going to Utrecht, so this is going to be a very, very different type of place. I'm going to be working with Karma Dejani, who I'm really looking forward to working with. And we're going to fly from Kharkiv to Warsaw, and then to Amsterdam, and take a train to Utrecht. So it's going to be a little bit of a hassle. But I guess the question is, should you visit Kharkiv? And I think yes, but it's not, of course, the same romantic getaway in some, fancy French cafe in Paris or something. I mean, it's very raw. You can find all kinds of very interesting stuff here. There's nice stuff here too. As we saw, there are many Soviet relics. At first, to me, Kharkiv was looking like just a miniature Kiev, but I think actually the vibe is very different. I also really love Kiev, but with Kharkiv, as you saw, there is more stuff, more Soviet stuff like we just saw, and I don't really remember seeing much any of that in Kiev, to be honest. And just generally the vibe really is different. So I would say if you've been to, go to Kiev also. I'll do a video there maybe in some months. I'm sure I'll be back. But also come to Kharkiv. Honestly, it's a really interesting place. And just be ready for some extra adventure. It's definitely off the tourist track.